Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 9, Episode 14, Pull Up On Me. So, this episode was kind of like, but it is what it is. So, it continues off with Aaron and Karen. Karen. We're going to just put it like that. They basically was talking about how they want to move Karen wants to move out of Atlanta. She basically reassures Aaron that she loves him and that they're just going to, eventually, slowly but surely, find a different pace of scenery for them and their little family. But Aaron also wants to know, like, is the reason that it was had it been like Zach's baby, would you still like wanted to up and leave Atlanta? She was like, listen, lately I just been feeling like out of this postpartum depression. Like, I don't even be checking on the shop like I used to. It's just a lot of stuff that it's just been like going through, like the death of your wife, my salon burning down, and it's a lot weighing on her shoulders, and she basically just want a new change of pace and environment, which I understand. It's understandable. It's like so many triggers and trauma and sad stuff's happening to her in Atlanta, so she just want to get up and see what's on the new horizon. So they came to conclusion like that's good and everything. She also talked to her mom about the situation, and her mother's gonna be there to support her and love her and do all that good stuff like she wants to. Meanwhile, Andy, she's at work, and Dr. Vaughn pulls up on her, and she was like, what are you doing here? He's like, I thought you loved spontaneous dates. And she was like, okay, but I'm at work. She was like, so they were saying they were flirting without flirting. And he was like, something I like to eat. And she was like, I like to be ate. It was just like, how do you like your coffee? She was like, I like it black with some sugar. It was just like, no sugar. He was like, well, I got the sugar. It was just like, okay, if that's how y'all flirt nowadays, I'm here for it. But anyway, nonetheless, they end up kissing or whatever the case may be. Her mom ended up stopping them, and it was just like, Mom, what are you doing here? Like a kid in the candy store getting caught doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. Vibes, whatever. After that, Fatima, she's in the conference room, and Zach pulls up to like basically talk to her and apologize for how he was acting. And he was like, yeah, I'm trying to take accountability for my actions. You need to take accountability for yours too. Just so happens they got on good terms with that. Chaz pulls up, and it's like, what the heck are you doing here? And he was like, I'm just trying to here to like right our wrongs because we ended up on a bad foot. And then him and Zach had words exchanged, and it was just like, bro, I will stand on this table and whoop you behind. And he was like, yeah, whatever, old man. So basically Fatima put him in his place, telling him like, I will stand 10 toes behind my man, and you are no longer my client. He was like, I thought you was ready to get this money. Yeah, not with you. You don't know how to respect people's space and boundaries, and you just doing too much, and I can't have that. So he was he was irate. Next thing you know, Hayden comes in and was like, what's going on? Like, I'm big boss man around here. What are you doing? And basically, Chaz got on her to talk about you little old man. And they was just laughing. But even Zach, and it's just like, oh my God. He was like, ain't nothing little about me. And then Zach went on by his day, and she was like, well, you are like Fatima ain't used to mess with you a little. She knows. And yeah, he went on by his business and kept moving. Danny, she gets to work and come to find out Leonard is getting fired. And she was just like, yeah, He was like, what the heck? I didn't even see this coming. Yeah. So she basically coerced him into like saying, you get fired, you might as well say F this job because it is what it is. You're not even going to be here anymore. So he started saying, higher airlines, like say it with your chest. He was saying it louder. They stormed out of there. Next thing you know, the lady, the lady, she was like, Danny, first she thought she was getting fired. She was like, no, but I need this job. I have a kid. She was like, other kids that I watch, and just like, okay, I didn't even know you had that. She was like, listen, I was just trying to tell you that, Danny kept trying to cut her off. She was like, I'm just trying to tell you that you're still here. We just gotta cut you out or something. She was like, oh, you should have just led with that. She about to have a heart attack. So it was just like, okay. Meanwhile, at Sabrina's job, Rock ends up coming in to deposit some money. I thought he was gonna deposit like a whole stack. He literally deposited $10, but Reese got his money. And he was like, ooh, guess you're now in you're now not in the negative. You now have $8. I was just like, what in the world? This dude is broke, bro. And Maurice was like, I know, I could have sworn I known you from somewhere. And he was like, no, I don't think so. So he kept staring him down. And then Rock was like, nah, I'm good, big dog. And I guess he, somehow or another, he ended up finding his way to the back. Maurice went back there to go check on Sabrina. And then he comes in. And then Maurice was like, I'm not going nowhere. The last time somebody was here, they robbed the place. So I'm just going to stay in here and be watchful. So he basically told Sabrina that he don't want to, he don't want to mess with what they got going. So he was like, I'm ready whenever you're ready. We can start over. Like, it is what it is. And she was just like shook because he was saying some stuff that she probably was like, yeah, I need that. I want that. I gotta have that. Regardless of what Danny's saying, I need that. And then, he went on by his business. Next thing you know, Dylan comes in. It's just like, all you see is Sabrina look, and you see Maurice saying, shut up. And it's like, not you calling the kettle black, but you doing the same thing I'm doing. Like, bro, make it make sense. Like, it is what it is. You like who you like, and it is what it is. Okay? So, yeah, that was done. He brought him his vision board. And they basically went on about their day. They both plan on, meeting up with their other people that they're messing with. We're going to see how that goes. Meanwhile, while Danny went on break or whatever, just so happens Officer Green is arresting Leonard. And he was like, Officer Green was like, did you have anything to do with this? He was like, what happened? He was like, well, he's being arrested for throwing luggage and stuff all over the place. And he was just like, all you could do is see Danny laughing and just like, girl, what the heck? What's really going on? And yeah, she was like, don't drop the soap. And he was like, what do you mean when you drop the soap? Like, never mind, you might like that. And it's just like, oh, now. So I think after they put Lennon in the car, Officer Green was trying to hit on Danny. He was like, listen, I was trying to tell you something, but I didn't think the last time was the right time. So we gonna see how that plays out, because they never really finished their conversation. Yep. And Andy's talking to her mom. Yeah, this episode was kind of like, But, it's good to see that the girls are starting to get back into their norm of doing things. Hopefully, Andy and Fatima could get back on good terms, because it seems as if they're like stagnant with each other. And we just gonna see. Hopefully next week it goes good. Oh, Zach went to the gym. He realized he started working out. He realized he got 100K into his account. I wonder where that money came from. He was super excited. He was like, nah, I was just gonna put 100 on the bar. And still at that, next, his friend Key show up, and Key started asking some questions. Like, he's looking at him like, you look kind of familiar. He's like, do you know who your dad is? He was like, no, never met my dad. He was like, do you know a Gold? He was like, no. Do you know a Gladys? And he was like, that's my mother. Yo, no wonder you look just like him. I'm your father's best friend. I could have sworn he was his father, but hey, he at this point he didn't want to talk about it. And yeah, it really just messed up his day. Because it's like, he was like, how about I buy you lunch or whatever to make up for ruining your day. He was a little like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to think about it. And then he left. Like, oh my gosh. That would have been crazy. I wonder, do Keys know if his father is still alive or not? Because then that's another conversation that he needs to have with Zach. Yeah. So, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this recap. And hopefully I didn't leave nothing out. Because it always get like that when it comes to recapping and stuff. I be forgetting parts, but it is what it is, though. We'll just come back next week to fill it in. So, with that being said, I'll see you at the next one. Bye.